Hello everyone, welcome to Fintech Frontiers Live. We are here at Cybers meeting with Mick Fennell and Adam Gable of Temenos. Welcome to the show.
Temenos, we are a large global supplier of financial solutions. We have 3,000 customers, financial institutions, across 150 countries. We see ourselves as everyone's banking platform. We're the number one selling core banking platform on the planet for the last 15 years. The reason we are that is that we invest 20% of our revenue back into the product set year on year, continuing to progress it, innovate, and helping our customers be more competitive and to win more business than their rivals.
What are the technological and business transformations that are currently underway in corporate banking, cash management, trade finance, and payment space?
Well, we could look at 50 different things that are driving change. But if we looked at the big themes, one of the really big themes, of course, is the move to cloud. And there's lots of reasons for people doing that, but a lot of people who are running on legacy platforms, they struggle with scalability issues, they struggle with resilience and security, and the cloud offers great solutions for that. Also, the cloud gives us a lot more agility to be able to, for the way we manage is to upgrade people automatically, to be able to deliver new innovations to their environment. So we see the cloud as one of the main drivers, and that's both people setting up in private cloud, public cloud, and also within our own Temenos SaaS, where we run the solutions for them. And that's across all of our different business segments. So some of the other ones, I was just going to mention Instant. That's another one where the whole system and the whole environment has to speed up.
Well, I was going to say, maybe you could take that back one step further, in as much as we see it ourselves as consumers. We're expecting a more convenient banking experience, financial service experience.
Yeah.
And that means our clients who are banks need to be able to deliver that to those clients. It means they need to have availability of data. They need great user experience, open APIs to plug into those core banking systems that can process transactions very quickly. Mick was just talking about instant payments. The rise of instant payments really delivers on that convenience in terms of the financial services experience. But I think that's consumers. The same applies to corporates, SMEs and corporates. They're absolutely, the ability to transfer money very quickly frees up liquidity for them, gives them a better experience to their customers down the line.
And so there's I'm going to mention two other areas. One is data, and the other is protection security. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Data is another massive thing. Not just data standards, data transparency, data protection. Right? So that is another huge aspect to what's driving change in the financial markets, how you manage that data, how you share that data, how you clean that data, and then how you analyze it in order to come up with new products and generate greater revenue within your client base. And then the other side is cybercrime, protection, right? That is a huge challenge to all financial institutions. How you manage that, how you protect the customer's transaction, how you protect the actual business, the bank, from bad actors. And there's a lot of bad actors out there. So not only are we trying to improve processes, improve scalability, offer more innovative services, but all the time protecting the customer's information, protecting the bank's business, protecting the bank's reputation is hugely important. So, they're the kind of big drivers of change.
I might add one more. I think you said it earlier, people buy our software to offer a better product, better service to their customers. But also there's a wide acknowledgement that technology delivers efficiency. We're in a macroeconomic climate where profitability is under duress. Maybe we're on the cusp of an economic downturn. So our clients, prospective clients, are absolutely looking to technology to drive efficiency in their business and bring down the cost of running the operation. And I think what Mick's alluded to about risk protection, that's a huge cost to the business. And the more manpower that's involved in that, the costlier that is.
And listen, we'll probably talk more about this. We haven't mentioned it, but of course it's one of the elephants in the room, and that's about the judicious use of AI within those new processes to create more efficiency. We'll talk a bit more about AI later, but it obviously is a huge part of the trend within financial services. But the key issue is, how is it being used? Where can it be used? How can it be used best, especially within the aspects of regulatory compliance, things like that.
Yeah, where it can deliver material.
How are banks looking at launching new employee experience, product experience, and customer?
The bank is not looking to continually improve the experiences of both its own internal employees, but especially the customer, the external. Be they consumers, retail customers, or be they corporates. I mean, you're falling behind. And what we always see is that people need to be able to constantly update, constantly move forward. And so those banks that aren't looking to do that, and financial institutions that aren't looking to do that, they start to end up on legacy platforms. They end up on technical debt. So you really do need an environment that's capable of what we would call doing continuous upgrades. And that is a relatively new concept in the market. A lot of it's driven by cloud infrastructure that has enabled us to grasp this process. People talk about DevOps, but that continuous upgrades enables these user experiences. Now, those user experiences, we talk a lot about APIs. There's two kind of big themes that kind of drive a lot of things here. And one is collaboration and the other is embedding. And embedding, when we talk about banking as a service, when we talk about payments as a service, what that really means is embedding your processes as a financial institution into your customer's business. So the banks are getting closer to the coalface. And so through APIs and through agile orchestration of processes, the banks are able to embed services within their customers, like within airline, all this e-commerce, etc., within ERP systems, taking in payment orders, sharing information between the bank and the customer. And that's how they're improving experiences, because when they're closer to that coalface of the actual consumer, they can deliver much better data, validate much quicker, and create much better customer outcomes. Yeah.
What are the primary challenges organizations face during this transition, and how do you help the banks address these challenges efficiently?
Well, we come back to talk about legacy,
Okay.
right? That's obviously one of the major challenges. Is and the thing everyone says, that how do you go on a long journey? Well, take the first step. So it's that initial step. It's having a vision of where you want to go, but it's then seeing how that journey can take place. And what we like to talk about is progressive renovation. If we started out with a green field where people didn't have anything, it's very easy to implement. Yeah, we've got enormous best practices and knowledge, and we work very closely with consultancies and the bank. We're very experienced at implementing and putting in efficient processes. The problem is that when you're coming from a brownfield side where banks already have stuff, and that's a much more complicated journey, because you're migrating data, you're handling the existing live,
Integrating to existing ecosystem.
migrating data, but also introducing these processes, and they're normally working alongside other processes that are there. So it is a complicated. If it was easy, everyone would do it. It is a hard journey, and that's why you need a lot of expertise and experience. You also need everyone working very closely together, managing expectations. So the governance in an overall program is hugely important. There needs to be really defined structures in how the bank, the financial institution, communicates with the supplier, the vendor. There's usually also, consultancy involved and services. And so it's really all working as a team, and all having shared objectives and goals, constant communication, because there's always going to be problems, right? Always. It's how you meet those problems, how you address them quickly. And when we have, at Temenos, we have a go live every day. Every day around the world, our customers are going live on new software from us, new projects. So we do this every day. And the reason we're successful is because we've had to learn. We've had to learn from, difficult
Yeah.
situations.
I think it's fair to say we do it every day. Whereas for our clients, it could be once in a career. So I think, to your point,
Whereas we've got
really-
enormous experience. Yeah.
Adam, you mentioned about your services where you also help banks with sentiment analysis. Could you tell us a little more about how you go about working around that?
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about innovation and what kind of things are driving innovation. I think I spoke a bit about, Mick was speaking earlier about efficiency and risk. I look after risk products. And there are a couple of things we've been doing recently that I think are quite innovative that, deliver material gain for our clients. One of them I mentioned was sentiment analysis. I was using the case of a bank in the US that come under duress, in fact got into trouble because the confidence in the bank waned very quickly. The reason that confidence waned quicker than it's probably ever done before was the spread of that sentiment on social media, spreading the news that the bank could be in trouble. And at the same time, because of the digitalization of financial services, people were able to remove their money very quickly.
Yeah.
So two things that were unique about this downturn. One is that the lack of confidence spread like wildfire. The other is the fact that the money, you go back a few years, people needed to queue up outside a bank to take their money out. There was some latency in that. So some of the work we've been doing with AI has been around sentiment analysis. So, it's fairly innovative. It's still, in the labs, but what we've been proving is that we can look at sentiment from social media, from Twitter feeds, and very quickly, different sentiments. Is it, do I trust my bank would be one of them. So I was really using that as an example of some of the innovation we're doing.
Do you often does it also help in some sort of cross-selling of products to banks?
AI generally, absolutely. So one of the use cases for AI is exactly that. Second guessing the next best product would be a great example of that. I say one more thing on AI, just to bring out, this is. Well, AI's been around, machine learning has been around for quite a long time. Everyone's been aware that it can deliver benefits, and people have been using it, in supermarkets and different use cases. We've always been very conscious we're working in financial services. One, that decisions need to be very transparent and understandable, and equally they need to be very unbiased. So a lot of the focus that we've been face is ensuring that the AI we use, which is getting the benefits from those conventional I say conventional in the context of machine learning algorithms that have been around for a while, but have very much been, people call them black box. They're opaque. They deliver great benefits, but sometimes it's very difficult to understand what's driving that prediction. What in that model has really arrived at that outcome. So the focus we've been putting around AI is ensuring that those predictions are explainable, ensuring that whatever's driving that outcome can be easily understood by the bank, by the operation, to know that it's can be explained to regulators and to know that it's without bias. So just to give a flavour of that, yeah.